What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day. So as everybody knows or should know, my my newest released knife is right here. This is the dbad Arizona Bowie, made by Croco Knives, designed by me, obviously. This knife, this is literally becoming like one of my favorite knives ever. I freaking love this knife. It has just been fantastic. I've been using it. You can see it's starting to earn its scratches because we have a lot of really hard wood and these thick, nasty pricker bushes out here where the thorns are like a few inches long and they don't break when you step on them. They just go straight through the bottom of your shoe and into your foot and they suck. So I've been using this to hack away a bunch of that. And it has been doing the job tremendously. So Croco Knives absolutely nailed this knife. It is just amazing. If you're looking for one, you can look up Croco, C-R-O-C-O, Croco Knives. You can find them on Facebook. If you want one, you can just reach right out to the owner right there on Facebook. I believe there's still some numbered pieces left. This one is 1 out of 50. The first 50 are numbered, and then more will be made. But this knife is just awesome. It's the dbad Arizona Bowie. So you can look one up. Freaking awesome. So far we're getting some really good reviews on that. Another knife that I have to do a review on is my dbad hognose. This is a knife that I made and then I sent over to Billy Ford, Alchemy Apex, and he did the heat treat and he even threw on some scales. I was planning on doing some scales and he was like, hey, I got some stuff. He says, you want some scales? I was like, yeah, why not? And then he sent it over to Jed Hornbeak, and the master himself put together this amazing sheath, copper rivet, snake inlay. This thing is amazing. He also did the edge work on here. Billy Ford heat treated it and tempered it, and this knife is freaking awesome. The review is coming soon on that, but and if you want one, you can either contact Jed Hornbeak or Billy Ford, and one will be made right now. This is the only one on the planet, and it is New Jersey Steel Baron 1084 steel, the best 1084 on the planet. So that's not what we're talking about, though. What we're talking about is something special. I was trying to think of what I'm going to do for my next knife with Croco. And they have actually been asking me if I have another design ready for them to tackle. And I was like, I have something that I'm working on. Once I finish it, I'll let you know. And I wanted to just do something rough and send to them and see what they thought. I did it and they're all about it. So I'm happy with that. People have been asking me for quite a while, when are you going to do a Rifleman's knife? And everybody sees the one from Cold Steel, which I actually pulled up. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'll show you, hold on. So this is the Cold Steel Rifleman's knife. You'll see by the grip and basically the overall design that they were chasing down the 1849 Rifleman's knife. It's very, very famous. So they wanted to do a copy of that knife. As a matter of fact, I'll show you what that looks like. That is an original 1849 Rifleman's knife. You can see Cold Steel wanted to do it. They copied the grinds. They pretty much, the only thing they did right here, I think they made the brass come out. And I think they did a little bit less contouring in the grip. Or yeah, just a little bit less. But maybe they left the guard the same as well. So that was the 1849. This thing has been reproduced by a whole bunch of people. But you have different versions too. You have a the frontiersman's rifleman's knife, and you have ones scattering all through the place. But one of my favorites is this one right here. This is the Kentucky Rifleman's knife. And why it's one of my favorites, because the full flat grind with that beautiful swedge right there. It's not sharpened, it's just swedged for easier penetration. The whole thing is like basically a giant camp slash fighting slash cook, one all do all type knife. And so between the 1849 and the Kansas Rifleman's knife, I thought there's enough there to come up with something really cool. So that's what I'm doing, is something really cool. So my knife is going to look like this. Pretty much. You're going to see it'll look a little different. This is my first drawing. This is my rough out. And you'll see it's going to be the dbad Rifleman's Bowie instead of knife, because it's more Bowie than anything. We're looking at a 6mm blade stock, D2 steel, 10.5-inch blade, 16 inches overall. It's going to have a black gray micarta scale. Again, a swedged spine, black screws, lanyard, and the guard. I'm thinking I want Damascus, and I want it welded on, so we don't have common guard loosening. But that right there is going to be my next blade from Croco Knives, and people have been asking a long time for me to do a Rifleman's knife. I'm pretty excited about that, because so far everything I've had done from Croco has just been really, really great. All of my Croco knives is right there's one right there, are just awesome. I know I was just using one the other day, and I thought it was right next to me. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I just don't know where it is, but it was sitting right there, and I was hoping that it was, that way I could just easily pick it up, but it's not. I must have put it away and totally forgot. So I just look around aimlessly, but that's next. And I have a design in my head for like a Wild West, Old West style Bowie that I want to do with KHHI, the Kukri House, that I'm going to work on and feed to them. My Zombie Slayer knife is almost done. They finished it, and then he just, the owner just felt like something wasn't right. So he wanted to go back and just hit something and make it all perfect. So that's what's going on. I'm really excited about my first Rifleman's knife, and the fact that I was able to take two styles, change both, and still create a solid Rifleman's knife. And it has to be a Rifleman's knife. It can't just be a knife that I call Rifleman. It has to be a real Rifleman's knife, and that's what we're getting. This thing's, it's not going to look like any other one, but it's going to resemble a few of them put together. And this is going to be super, super cool. So that's it. I'm excited for this one, getting ready. Just knives. I have the new After Hours Jack from Jack Wolf Knives frame lock. It has not been released yet, so I'm going to try and get a video done before the release date to give you guys a heads up on what it is. It's a frame lock. It's freaking awesome. And the grip is beautiful. I did a little short on it. You can check that out. But just good things coming. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll put the short for that down there so you can get a sneak peek at that guy right there. And I think it's about time to get the dbad Hognose outside and working. Oh, what I was carrying today, I just took it off because I was doing stuff, but this is what I was carrying today. This is my ring buoy by ADV Tactical. That's what was with me and in my pocket, and I just totally forgot the name. Oh, it's not in my pocket because I left it over there. No, in my car because I was cutting something while I was in the car. Not while I was driving, I was parked. But I had a folder on me that, well, it's kind of useless now because I totally forgot the name, but it's high end and awesome. So that's it for that one. I am Donnie all day, just rambling. Until next video.